Hi, welcome back to my precious garden. So I was thinking about doing a garden tour, but it's the peak season for my roses, so it's gonna be a rose tour. So I want to show you all the David Austin roses that I have growing in the garden. Lots of them are in their second or third year, and some are newer, like Emma Bridgewater, and I'm going to show you all the roses blooming in the garden right now. So let's get started. This is Emma Bridgewater. This was one of the last to start blooming in the garden, but the show is really nice and I still have buds coming. So if you don't know Emma Bridgewater, it starts uh, in a very bright pink with some coral and yellow in the center, and then it fades slowly to this lilac or dusty pink, and it looks quite good. This is Emma Bridgewater from the side, and just nearby we have a very bright pink, as you can see, almost red. I'm gonna zoom out, and this one is Gabriel Oak. It starts, yeah, almost red in the center, but it's pink, and then it fades, but it stays a nice bright pink. It's really lovely and healthy, as you can see. I need to show you the one that is behind, that is stealing the show right now. This is just one plant. This is Desdemona. It's just a gorgeous one. It's mostly white, as you can see, but it starts as a pale pink buds, and then it slowly opens and grows into a very nice white bloom. And the center is accessible by pollinators, so they really love it too. And I have three Desdemonas. I have this one, which is what I call in full sun, and I have one, I'm gonna pan slowly for you, one in a pot back there, doing okay. You can't see from here, but there's a stem going up and hidden by the fig tree. Of course, it's in a pot, so it's not doing as good, and maybe it would need something larger, but I have a third one. And this this is the third one. It's incredible. And this one is in a pot shade position. As you can see, there's the linden tree up there, and the sun comes from the left and sets this way. It's just full of blooms and not stopping, new buds forming everywhere. It's really joy to see. So this is how it looks like when it's open. What's the other one? Yeah, there. And to show you more closely how the pink, the light pink looks like. It's really nice. Here I can't really show you anything because it's new from this winter, beginning of spring. It's a replacement I got for Olivia Rose because the first one was in fact Strawberry Hill, but this one had one bloom and it is Olivia Rose, so I'm chuffed. And it has another bloom coming, so we'll give it some time. But nearby we have Penelope Lively. So this is another view, a better one for Penelope Lively, and I really love her. I even made a video saying it was my rose of the year, another year, because it was very prolific. The first year, once it started, it never stopped having blooms on it until the first frosts. As you can see, it's full of buds and full of blooms, and hopefully this year it will do like the first one, non-stop blooming. This is how it looks like when it's done, but the other ones are just gorgeous. Nearby we have a very little one called Nye Bevan, but Nye Bevan is really cute. So it's one of the last to start blooming in the garden, but it has lots of buds coming up, as you can see. I think next winter, I'll prune it back, but not as much because, as you can see, it's very, very tiny. I created this border to alternate roses, so it starts with a pink and then a yellow, pink, yellow, etc. The lightest of pinks, I guess, is Nye Bevan back there. And then we have here Vanessa Bell, which is a beautiful buttery yellow. And it was funny because at the beginning of this flowering season, it was almost the same color as the next yellow one I'm going to show you. But now you can really see the difference in hues. So to give you an idea of the size, this is Vanessa Bell. And this one is the Poet's Wife. As you can see, it's a much brighter yellow, but the outer petals fade to a lighter yellow, almost creamy, like with this one. But look at this beauty. And this beauty is Scarborough Fair. It has a very open center, as you can see, but I find it like one of the most interesting roses to look at. It's beautiful. It's one that you want to paint or draw. It has something of a Japanese drawing or something. I'm going to show you a few that are just gorgeous. So they open like this, but as you can see, the petal curve back in. Aren't these just stunning? And then you have this little one. Yeah, I really love this one. I think they say it has nice rose hips too, so if you're interested in that. But look at this. And here we have Boscobel. So I didn't get a very big show yet, but as you can see, the show is coming. It's a beautiful rose. It has suffered from the rain a bit. We had lots of rain, but it's doing okay. And I can't wait to show you when it's like in full bloom. And here in front of the Poet's Wife, we have a rose which structure doesn't look like much, especially with this part that has suffered from dieback. But it's just the general shape of it. This one is Abraham Darby, and for people with a correct sense of smell, it's one of the best ones. And I'm going to show you how it looks, because even the looks is impressive. This is a few days old bloom already, and this is how it starts, and these are the buds. just a little note for people wanting to squish all the aphids. Please don't. As you can see little white dots there. These are dead aphids. When they're dead, they're white. It's because something, insects or something else, came here and fed on the rose from the aphids. So it's just the circle of life in its best way. So aphids is not something you have to get rid of uh, in a garden with lots of plants. If you have just one rose and only gravel, maybe, but otherwise, yeah, you'll have wildlife. The things that you don't want to leave on the plant is what I saw on another rose this morning. It's called sawfly larvae. I'm gonna try and insert a photo or video of it. They can eat a lot of foliage. So what I do, I don't squish them. I just take out the leaves with the larvae on them, put them like there, and wait for the birds to come and eat them. And they do. This is the last rose of this border, and this one is sceptered'isle. And it's the first time looking that good. It's so gorgeous. It has a very open center like Scarborough Fair, but as you can see, it's very different and equally as nice in its own way. So yeah, and then it fades a bit. It's gorgeous. And yeah, to give you an idea of the size for the moment and the buds. So that's for sceptered'isle. This was an old laundry line, don't know how you call this, and I decided to grow climbers on each side. So there we have Mary Delaney, and back there we have Strawberry Hill. So for Mary Delaney, I'm not sure I'm going to have a very nice one to show you. They're mostly spent or buds, but let's have a look. So this is open. This is about to open. And these are spent. Let's see. No, this one is going to be a bit too much spent, I guess. So this is Mary Delaney, and it needs to grow a bit more. I think it's the second season, but you can see new canes there, full of buds. So it's coming. You just have to wait. So as I was saying to someone lately, for roses, and it seems it's a bit the same thing with clematis, there's a rule of 3 years. First year they sleep, second year they creep, and third year they leap. So yeah, some of them clearly they've passed the third year. Yeah, they need to grow a bit more, and I can't wait for them to grow up there and maybe one day meet in the middle. And this one is Strawberry Hill, and it looks that good. This one is spent, to give you an idea. And on this one, oh yeah, I have buds. Look how bright they are. And so I'm going to show you the second one that was supposed to be Olivia Rose, but in fact it's exactly the same. So it's the one that I decided to move and grow along this arch, because as you can see, it's gonna be so nice. So yeah, it's full of blooms. It is looking so nice. And do I have a bud? Yeah, you see the same bright bud. So these there and there are Strawberry Hill. On this arch I decided to grow the same on both sides. It's called the Pilgrim. As the other ones that I mentioned before, these are David Austin roses, and this is a climber, of course. It's just past its prime, but I'm gonna show you anyway because it's still beautiful. I really love it. Look at this. It's just so nice. The petal formation inside like this. Look at this insect, loving its life there. I like seeing them like kind of sleeping in there. And it doesn't hurt the plant, not this kind of insect. In French we say citoine doré. I'll try and insert the English name there. And so it's funny because there's like a few months of difference between the planting times of both. This one was the oldest, and this one is just a little behind, but doing good too. So first, to give you an explanation, in this spot I had a Princess Alexandra of Kent for a few years, and it didn't do well. At most I got maybe 5 blooms in the season, so that wasn't normal, and they sent me a replacement. So this is the one, and it had like 5 blooms already. This is the last one. So right now it's a kind of dusty pink, but it starts very bright pink. And the one I had before in this spot, I tried to move it. And so right now it is here, and we'll see how it goes. But just nearby here, I have a rose from a cutting made by a friend. This one is called Elizabeth. It is beautiful. I think it's its second season, and it's already growing this large cane. And it started like really small, like maybe this small, and it's doing really good. Look at the foliage, very healthy, and the blooms are really nice. Of course, I needed to mention this one of my first roses in the garden. I didn't buy it directly from David Austin. I think it was maybe a supermarket or garden center. And I never thought it would get that big, but it does. This is Graham Thomas. And although I'm not really keen on orangey hues, it starts like this bright between yellow and orange bloom, but it quickly fades to much more interesting tones like these. They're beautiful, and when you get the full picture, it's just very nice, and it has a really nice scent. And this one is starting to look as good as I wanted it to. It's still a bit small, it must be like 1 meter something. This one is Royal Jubilee. I'm gonna move in, and what tempted me with this rose, it's the peony shape. Look at the bloom. It is so nice. So at the end it opens like this, and of course bees love it, but it starts closed like this or like this. It's just so beautiful, and see all of these buds coming up, and nicely I have this nigella growing into it. I have a field of nigella here, so it looks really nice, and it's near Agora, so it is really doing good. This area at this time of year is just sublime, I must say. This is my oldest peony. must be Sarah Bernhardt or something. Here I have an Aldi rose, unnamed, and here is a David Austin one. This is from a cutting too, would you believe it, from a friend. It's Princess Anne, and it's so nice. So let me check. So it starts with this kind of buds, then it opens with some, can you see, some yellow in the center, to this bright pink, and it slowly fades in color, but the bloom still keeps its shape, and so you get the different hues, the bright pink, the dusty pink, the lilac, until they're ready to be deadheaded. But yeah, from this to this, so nice. This is the Aldi rose. It's supposed to be a climber, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm just amazed by the hue. It's almost red, but it's more like a cerise pink. And the blooms are able to stay quite long on the plants. I didn't try to cut for vase life. And yeah, even at this stage, I don't want to cut it out. It's still looking good, especially from my couch. And this one isn't from David Austin. This one is from Meilland. It's Princess Charlène de Monaco. It is looking so good. It had trouble last year, so let's rewind. First, I grew it in a pot in the front yard. Then I decided to move it here, but last year I had a bush growing here and shading and taking all the place here, so it had trouble in its first year in the ground. But look at it this year. It is just so happy. So let's start like this, then open to this peachy tone, add some pink, then opens to this creamy peachy pinky thing, and slightly fades to a creamy white with hints of how would you say, apricot something. And the scent is really nice on this one, from what I recall, because my sense of smell is dropping each week worse, but never mind, the flower is still gorgeous. I need to take some proper nice camera photos. It is just so nice. So very prolific one. Now we're in the side yard, and this one is an old David Austin rose. It's called Geoff Hamilton. It's a really nice one, but it has the most flowers in its first flush. Then it continues, but not as prolifically. Also, it doesn't like rain. It is susceptible to balling. But when it doesn't ball, look at how beautiful it is. It is gorgeous. So this one had started to ball. Yeah, this one is a bit, you see, closed up. But I do this sometimes. I leave this part for the insects, and yeah, you never know. Maybe one would be interested in the pollen. But other than that, look at this. It is so nice. What a stunning view to have. This one always makes me laugh because it's supposed to be called Adriana, but when you search for Adriana, it seems there's nothing online. And fingers crossed, this year the foliage is looking good, but really, this one isn't what I would call disease resistant, and it has its way of changing color. Like you look at it in the morning and you look at it at night, and it has changed. As you can see, these are from the same plant. And now I'm going to show you my latest addition. Of course, the blooms are mostly gone, but it is so gorgeous. This one is from Meilland, one of the latest creation, and this one is called Mademoiselle Meilland, which means Miss Meilland. And you can see the color, but then the bloom is like this big. I'm not kidding. And I've bought it at a plant fair, and there were some women smelling it, and I asked them, what does it smell like? And they say like candy and like muguet. Need to put the name there. So nice plant to have, and it was at a nice price. It's a local grower, so that was a good thing. It seems there's a bee, a leaf cutter bee, that found it, so I'm okay with that. Leaf cutter is okay, not doing bad things to this plant. Then I need to deadhead them, but you need to have a look at these two climbers. So this one is one from Meilland called Sabrina. It is the most beautiful little climber you can find. I'm going to try and focus on the nice looking ones. Can you see? It starts like this closed, like Geoff Hamilton kind of shape, and then opens to a more flat like Elizabeth. And it's like white with a hint of pink. It is adorable. And then on the left we have another mini climber, and this one is the mini Eden. In French we say mini Pierre de Ronsard, that's the French name. And it's really nice too. The blooms stay long like for Sabrina, but some of them I'm gonna start and deadhead it. And then let's go back to the bushes. So David Austin Donahue, it is looking fabulous at that time of year. Look at this. I need to try and find which way to zoom in. I think this is just so gorgeous to look at. As you can see, it opens quite nicely too, but all the different hues on this. You can see some apricot, you can see some yellow, you can see some pink, some white. It's beautiful. And then this is particular. This is Silas Marner, but for weeks I left it without the bamboo canes, so it was almost lying on the ground, and that's why you have roses that are not looking our way like they should, like this, but it's okay. They're gonna grow back to the nice position, and it's a beautiful rose too, very prolific, as you can see. It is very nice. You have to believe me on this one. It's just like last year it didn't need staking, so yeah, I was a bit surprised. And then on the left we have the beautiful Lady of Shalott. So you must be thinking, but she told us that she doesn't like orange. Yeah, but the first time I saw this one, it was recommended by a YouTuber girl, and she said it's one rose to have in the garden. So I tried it, and what I'm lucky, I don't know if it's my soil, the weather we have, the heat, but it doesn't stay like pure orange. It's always orange with some hint of pink. So the hint is a little on this one, but look, this one. And when I post it on Facebook groups, people are like, no, this can't be Lady of Shalott. But yeah, this really is Lady of Shalott. You can see it's a bright orange there. But then you get these stunners. I can't get over how beautiful they are. Look at this. And on this side, with a star jasmine in bloom behind, and the clematis behind it. It's just magnificent, really. And that's the view of the side yard. And then, when you had thought that you had seen the best blooms in the garden, you encounter Eustacia Vi. Eustacia Vi is just a stunner. It is beautiful. The bloom stays quite a long time on the plant. I need to deadhead, obviously, but look at this one. And each time I take a photo of it, it looks like I've done HDR on the photo, but it's all natural. Look at this. How can you not want this in your garden? I just can't. I need more of Eustacia Vi in my life. And what is very nice is that behind it I have a bush called Daphne, very nicely scented, and this one must be Eternal Fragrance, something like that, the variety, and it's almost always in bloom. And nearby, and that's a first, I have a peony that's supposed to be called Bowl of Beauty, but depending on the country, it seems that Bowl of Beauty differs a bit. And it's the first time that I remember seeing blooms on the peony and blooms on the rose, as you can see there. And I still have buds on the peony, which is incredible. But this peony, I can't remember, I think it's like 3 years old now, so maybe it's gonna have this long blooming period on it from now on. And can't wait to see how it does next year with Eustacia Vi doing so good. And so let's go back to non-David Austin roses. So this one on the left is called Jazz Festival. The color on the screen doesn't do it justice. In real life, the color is like a neon color. Can you see? It has an apricot tone in the center, and then you have the light pink, and then you have a very bright pink there, and you can see there's some yellow in the heart of it, maybe like this. I can show you. Yeah, there. This happens when it rains. This one saw the rain, but all of these ones are looking quite good. And nearby we have one called Isabelle Autissier. So in the back is Lady of Shalott, looking much more orange than in reality. Never mind. This is Isabelle Autissier. I'm gonna show you from the other side. So it's the same rain problem on this one. This one saw the rain, but this one, look at it. It's like a mix of white and pink and yellow It's just very, very nice. The blooms stay quite long on the plants. So yeah, I have quite a lot of new buds opening soon. But you get the idea. If you remember a bit earlier, I told you about sawfly larvae and that I take the leaf out of the bush and put it on the ground, and then birds are taking care of it. That's what happened here. As you can see, sawfly larvae damage looks like this. It's very different from the leafcutter bee. It's just the outside of the leaves that are looking like lace. And on this one, I'm gonna try and zoom in. There's only one larvae that is still there. The other ones are gone in birds' bellies. So there, you can see it in the leaf in the center. You can see the larvae. So they have a black head, and then there's this green. And yeah, you don't want to leave these on your plant. This is my 2026 rose garden tour. I hope you enjoy this as much as I get to enjoy it in the garden. It's just magical to look at all times of day. It's so nice. So I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Bye.